Everybody. How we doing, Burlington? All right, a little bit about me, folks. I'm living the starving artist lifestyle in Boston. Woo! Yeah, wherever I've lived, it's been rough neighborhoods. Wherever I've lived, it's always been very smokestacky and check cashing placey. You know you live in a tough neighborhood when you overhear a conversation and the phrase, "When Mikey got stabbed," is not the central part of the conversation. It's just there to clarify date and time. Remember when Mikey got stabbed? We won our softball doubleheader. Tough time keeping my wise ass comments to myself. I was in a Dunkin' Donuts. This woman was like, "I'd like a large with 5 sugars and extra cream." Hey lady, you know what else is good in coffee? Bacon fat. How about a stick of butter? I don't have a Boston accent, I was acting. I'm from Colchester. I love the Boston accent, though. I grew up with it. But I am from Colchester. I live with the Boston accent now. It's a great accent. It's not as good as Milton. The Boston accent, they drop their R's when they need an R. Pat the cat. They add R's when they don't need an R. I have an idea. I saw it. My favorite aspect of the Boston accent, something you only hear from the older generation now. Adding a syllable to a one-syllable word. Shut the door. Look at her, she's got gorgeous red hair. Sometimes the guy with the hardest Boston accent, all of a sudden a British-sounding word will fly out of their mouth. Martha? No, she can't. Because she's in the bathroom. Some of these guys try to abbreviate a word without decreasing the syllables. Like my old boss tell me when to work. I'm going to need you to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday. I will not work on Sunday. Because that's my fundy. I'm 46 years old. Woo! 46. I don't know how to be 40 yet. Because I bought into everything people say when you turn a big age like 40. Everybody says the same thing. They're like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. 40's the new 30. 40's the new 30. You know what? That's a bunch of bullshit. I don't remember one time when I was 30 pulling a chest muscle drinking a glass of milk. I can't really tolerate the milk anymore. I found age 40. 40 is the year you start to say things like, the kids today. The kids today. The kids today, they have it so much easier than we had it back in our day. I disagree with that. Because back in 1990, when I was 18 years old, there's no way possible I could have woken up after a night of drinking and be like, what the hell did I do last night? What did I do? Did I send someone a picture of my dick? But imagine the commitment on my part if I had. Would have been kind of a long, awkward, lonely walk to the post office. Polaroid waving. Who's got a stamp? 46, it's an awkward age for a man. It's our first full year being middle-aged, I guess. You know, we don't do it right, middle-aged guys. We don't know what we're doing. Women, you do it gracefully. Guys, we need to be assigned at 45 a 55-year-old mentor. You know, he's gonna walk you through it. Because you don't want to be that last asshole at 53 wearing skinny jeans. Trying to spike up that balding peacock. Our 55-year-old mentor, he's going to help us out. You know, he's going to do that. Don't worry, buddy. We got you here. First things first, we're going to find out which NCIS show is the right one for you. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to get you down to Tommy Bahama. We're going to get you into a nice Hawaiian shirt. You're going to wear that Hawaiian shirt every day in the summer, untucked. Yeah. Ladies, Hawaiian shirts, that's middle-aged guy Spanx. Ooh, what mysteries lie behind those waving palm trees? Gonna be a six-pack of abs or a jelly belly. You guys are more fun than the Champlain Valley Fair. I used to love going to the Champlain Valley Fair as a kid. That was awesome. This wasn't some fancy bolted down amusement park. It's a fly-by-night shady operation. Staffed by some real sketchy characters. It's as if the HR department for the fair would just kind of pull into the local prison. What do you got coming out today? We need some workers. Let's see. Robbery, mayhem, assault, tilt-a-whirl. Some of the guys had aspirations, like the guys who used their vocal abilities. Like, remember that rock and roll ride, the Himalaya? It was in a big loop with the heavy metal music. The guys had this little DJ booth dancing around. Do you want to go faster? Mullet flapping in the wind. Do you want to hear some more Sticks? 46. I think it took me to age like 45 to figure out I cannot grow a full beard. Comes in all patchy. Right? You got some beardos here tonight, huh? Yeah! There we go. That's a good one. It's all connected. Good one, sir. It's nice. We're living in the beardiest of times right now. All the young dudes have these big beards, right? And it's cool if you can grow a full beard and it looks good. But look at these young dudes, you know, hey, just because everybody got a trophy doesn't mean you get to have a fucking beard, all right? I had the presence of mind because, you know, maybe I was looking in the mirror and it started to look more like Billy Goat from Chernobyl, you know? I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's time to shave off this map of the Great Lakes off my face before I ruin another Christmas for Nana. You know? I get confused with these young dudes with the beards. You know, they look older. It's like, You're darn right, we're going to need to see some ID. We're not giving the student discount to lumberjacks and Civil War reenactors. I get confused, you know. I think I see one from across the room. One of those guys with a bushy beard. I think he's my age. I'm like, cool. Me and this dude, we're going to have a nice conversation about sticks. Get a little closer. Dude's like 24 years old. He doesn't know shit about sticks. He's like, selfie sticks? No, Mr. Roboto, son. Do you want to go faster? Starving artist, okay? Starving artists have starving artist day jobs, which is cool. If you're a 26-year-old comic, you can work at Starbucks or do retail or whatever you gotta do. You can't have one of those starving artist day jobs when you're 46. Because everybody automatically assumes that I am the manager. I'm not really checked out on this area yet. The manager is not happy with my style of folding a North Face sweatshirt. The manager, what's his name? I don't know. It's like Tanner, Connor, Jackson. One of those last name for a first name guys. Nah, he had to step out. He has soccer practice. Had my share of those jobs. When I lived in New York City a few years back, I was looking for a day job. I saw jobs listed in New York City for $8 an hour. $8 an hour sucks in Arkansas. $8 an hour, and they were like, please forward your resume and cover letter. Fuck you. I should not need to know how to read. What would be on this resume anyway? My plethora of $7 an hour jobs. Just kind of gave me the confidence to apply for that $8 an hour job. What's going to be in that cover letter? A big paragraph describing my mother's tears and disappointment. It's a true story. A part of Generation X. Anybody? Yeah. Woo, two. Nobody's part of Generation. That's three of us. That's anyone born between 1965 and 75. Oh, quite a few more now. We gave you the definition. Two of you were like, I was part of Generation X until my 41st birthday. Now I am one of those Tom Brokaw types. No, it's not. I don't blame you guys for not knowing. You know, Generation X, first of all, it's not a good nickname. It's a derogatory nickname. It's derogatory. They're making fun of us. Who gave us that nickname? The baby boomers. We got some baby boomers here tonight. I don't know how we were going to do it, but we were going to try to move the show a little earlier for you. I always know there's a few baby boomers when I hear the bartender Jared be like, what the fuck is in a rusty nail? Bring out some more vermouth. Baby boomers, you're fantastic. You did so many great things compared to us. What did we ever do? We gave you Angry Birds. You're welcome. You you're kind of making fun of us. So to us, sometimes you baby boomers, a little full of yourselves. We're the baby boomers, changing the world with our free love and our LSD and our Fleetwood Macian ideals. You're Generation X, you have nothing. Here's some AIDS or crack epidemic in a recession. Good luck. We're the baby boomers. When we were starting out in life, we could buy a house for what you paid for your used Honda Accord. Ready to settle down now, Generation X? Here's a $350,000 starter home, 80 miles past Amish country. So I'm married. Woo. I got one of those 29-year-old sister-in-laws who really wants to get married. Those women are crazy. They're trying to nest too soon. They try to nest. It's like, I gotta meet her boyfriend, It's like, I don't have room in my brain for this guy who might not make it past July. Has that ever happened to you? You're looking at pictures, you're like, oh man, who's this next with his arm around Nana? And Nana's last Christmas. Oh, just some asshole afraid of commitment. So I'm lucky to be married, I know that. We did the online dating. Anybody? 2 of us? Not together. The rest of you met at the Swanton Harvest Moon Fest. I did the online dating. I'm not ashamed of it. I didn't do Match.com. I didn't do that one. I'm thinking, you know what? Those chicks look a little picky. Like, they're going to expect me to have a job and shit. Do a little more than work at the fair. So I did that other one. I did the, Craigslist. Really, I also got a lawnmower. I married a feminist. Any feminists? Woo! Yeah. We'll see how many there are when the checks come out. Then all of a sudden you're a girly girl on date night. My feminist wife. I tell my young dudes, you gotta marry a feminist. You gotta marry a feminist. They might not take your last name, but they're really good earners. They are. Who do you think's gonna get to stay home with the kids in my situation? My wife who's on her way to a PhD or hourly wage McGee? Maybe I feel like taking the next 5 to 7 years and take the kids to the aquarium. Spend all day on Tuesday in my workout gear at Starbucks. Sell some of my crafts on Etsy. It wasn't easy being a short fella with the ladies. The ladies love the big, tall, 6'5" hunks. Every time I used to see a women seeking men's personals ad, which was every day because I was a big loser. So I was like, I'm 5'5", but I like to wear heels, so you should be at least 6'6". What the hell is that? Who cares if you're taller than me? You can tap me on the head. For me to get you to love me, I'm going to be on my knees most of the time anyway. Pray. But you love the big guys, and I have just this to say about that. Ladies, you You outlive us men, don't you? Yeah, you do. When was the last time you saw a 95-year-old man over 6'6"? No, you haven't. There's never a time when they're like, we're about to interview the center for the 1949 All-Star team. No, because he died in 1970. And ladies, unless you want to be alone for the last 10 or 15 years of your life, say hello to 5', 6.5. Don't worry, big guys. They're working on a cure for tallness. I think you're just waiting for it at the end anyway. You ladies, you just want to hang out with your old lady gangs, right? You ever see those old lady gangs hanging out in an RV, ripping down Route 7? Looking for some foliage? Maybe some maple syrup at Shelburne Farms? They're all wearing the same matching hat and bead combination. Some shirt that's been bedazzled to hell and back. They're invading the Christmas tree shops like locusts.